Hello friends, my name is Sureshjhaclasses and in this video I will be explaining motivation. By the end of this presentation, we will be able to understand the definition of motivation, motives, what are all motives, different arousal of motives, and also we will discuss the different types of arousal of motives. So let us begin. First of all, we will define motivation. Basically, consumer motivation is an internal state of mind that drives people to identify and buy products or services that fulfill conscious as well as subconscious need, want, and desires. So, as the definition is explaining, motivation is basically an internal drive or an internal force which inspire us to uh, get or purchase any product or services, or rather we can say that consumer motivation gives a consumer the motive for taking any particular action in terms of fulfilling need, want, and desire. Now we will discuss arousal of motives, how motives arises. So let us understand first of all what is arousal of motives. The arousal of any particular set of motive at a specific moment in time may be caused by internal stimuli found in individuals' psychological condition, by emotional or cognitive process, or by stimuli in outside environment. For example, if your reason for doing something is your motive, basically your motive to go to a school every day is basically to learn. The word motive comes from the Latin word motivus, which means moving, and mover, which means to move. So, motivation is moving basically towards taking any action to fulfill need and want. Now we will discuss what are all different types of motives. Basically, I have divided motives in two parts. One is emotional motive and the other one is rational motive. Basically, emotional motive fulfills the hedonic needs basically. They can be entertainment, music, tour, or hospitality, or going to any restaurant basically. So, emotional motives arises to fulfill the needs uh, of power, nostalgia, love, peer acceptance, prestige, pleasure, as well as pride. Another one is rational motive. As the name is suggesting, rational motives are the motives which leads to the needs and wants which satisfy and make life easier, save time, save money, fulfill the basic needs rather, and their product are durable and long lasting basically. So, purchase of any grocery item or any daily use item, or it can be air condition, it can be washing machine, which makes our life easier basically and fulfills our daily or conscious needs rather. And emotional motives are basically the listening to music, or going for cinema, going for a tour, or going to restaurant for having food. So these kind of emotional motives leads to uh, hedonic need arising, hedonic need, and rational motive leads to arising the utilitarian needs basically. So they are the basic needs rather. Now we will move to what are all different types of arousal of motives. By that I mean to say that by what means, what are all different types of or reasons due to which any particular need arises. Broadly, there are four types of arousal of motives. Number one is psychological arousal. Number two is emotional arousal. Third one is cognitive arousal of motive. And the last one is environmental arousal of motives. So let us understand each one of them in detail. Psychological arousal of motives. By psychological arousal, we mean that a person needs something to satisfy his psychological need. Actually, the need first of all comes in the mind only. Suppose a child is hungry, but he is not asking for food. Rather, he is crying or feeling irritated. Many times we don't know what we exactly need because it's there in our subconscious mind. When we see any stimulus which trigger that particular need, we tend to recognize as to what we exactly need and want. For example, if a person is going to a five-star hotel for dinner, then he is certainly not doing so to just fulfill his hunger. Rather, he wants to get recognized by others, or else he wants to enjoy the ambience of that particular place and fulfill his self-esteem need. This type of motives basically arises due to self-esteem, feeling of power and achievement, feeling to get appreciation or to feel successful. Basically, they are the psychological arousal of motives basically. Then we have emotional arousal of motives. Emotional arousal indicates that the basically emotional arousal indicates the needs that arises out of emotion. This is related to love, hatred, nostalgia, loneliness, etc. Here, the motive is to fulfill love or express love basically, to express hatred, express nostalgia, or overcome loneliness. Suppose a person wants to express his love towards someone, then he would tend to gift him something or take him to for a dinner rather for expressing love. Similarly, we listen music, rather different kind of music to satisfy our different emotional needs. So marketers must understand just not the need, but how needs are arising. What is the arousal of motive for to satisfy, and rather what is the motivation behind any particular need. So this way he can explore more, he can target the customer in a better way and satisfy his or her need and want more satisfactorily, and definitely that will add to his profitability and business diversification. Then we have cognitive arousal. Cognitive or intellectual arousal is about thinking and mental stimulation. This is the state where we are exploring, learning, and discovering new things. Every time a consumer gets a product, he looks forward to another one because of the cognitive arousal of motive. We all human beings are undergoing the process of evolution. This is the nature of human being to not feeling satisfied with what he has. We always look forward for betterment in terms of satisfaction level. Marketers try to find out the motive behind a particular need and develop market offering accordingly. This way, the marketer does better segmentation, targeting, and positioning as well as branding, and definitely he gets a better and a loyal customer and increases his customer lifetime value. Now we have environmental arousal. There are certain stimuli in the outside environment which trigger our motives. They can be advertisement or a friend, etc. Suppose a child or a student is walking through the roadside and he sees a big car passing by. This stimulus triggers in his mind and he starts thinking of having a car. Yet another example can be like students see IS or a doctor or a scientist or a corporator in his society and he gets highly influenced by him. He motivates by that person and wants to become like him in future. This type of arousal of motive is termed as environmental arousal of motives. Marketers do lots of marketing campaigns basically to inspire the customer from outside basically. That's why they create different types of advertising messages or other marketing campaigns they go through. I hope I could explain all the different types of arousal of motives clearly. So in this chapter, this presentation, we try to understand what is motivation, how motivation is followed by motive, and how any particular need and want is derived by a particular motive basically. So please comment in the comment box as to how you did feel.